already know what it's going to be about. It's long overdue. I'm going to be doing a story time on my experience in the stripper boot camp that was created by CeCe and Bree. So basically, let's just get into it. For those that don't know what stripper boot camp is, basically it was a stripper boot camp created by YouTubers and strippers. One's name is CeCe and one's name is Bree. So they created it to, supposedly the intentions that was put out was to help girls that wanted to be strippers or were already strippers, and you know, just to put them onto a bag, basically teaching them. Okay, so basically what was told was, originally you had to audition, you had to send in you had to post a video on why you should be chosen and hashtag stripper bootcamp ATL. So I guess people weren't doing that and they were shy and they were scared to do that. Me being one of them, not shy, but I just didn't want to post that on my main Instagram, because my main Instagram, if you follow me, by the way, make sure y'all go follow my Instagram. It will be in the description box down below and it's in my intro, so y'all go follow that. But on my Instagram, I don't really post you know, stripper content unless it's targeted towards my YouTube. Like I'll post like a clip of my YouTube and be like, go watch my YouTube, but I don't post stripper content or like pictures and stuff like that on my Instagram. That's what my YouTube is for. So I didn't want to do that. So when they said this, you could DM her, I DM'd her and I said in my video, and I got chosen. They replied back to me. She sent me a message back saying that I got chosen. I got put in a group chat. The requirements originally was $400. It was $200 to get your permit to work at the club that was assigned for the boot camp, and then $200 to CeCe and Bree for them putting you on. So that was the original price. Then it was girls out of state in a group chat saying that they were going to combine and just get a B&B together, so it could be cheaper and, you know, more affordable for them because they were coming out of state. Bree decided, well, not Bree decided, but Bree took the initiative and she paid for the B&B up front. Everyone that wanted to stay in the house, she said that we had to pay $51. I live in Georgia, but the club is nowhere near my house. It's 45 minutes to an hour away from my house. Like majority, if not all clubs it's 45 minutes, an hour away from my house. So I'm like, I don't have a car. So I'm like, it's more affordable, and you know, it's just gonna be, because I really have a goal. Like, I don't speak on it a lot, but I have a goal. Like, I want a car so bad, but it's not like I just don't want any car. It's nothing wrong with having any car, but it's a specific type of car that I want or what I'm looking for, and I'm patient enough to wait for it until I can have what I want, something that I'm gonna be comfortable with and something that motivates me every day. Like, I want to get in my car every day and be like, dang, like, I really work hard for this. Like, this is what I want. Like, this is what I want to keep happening to me. Like, I want to keep growing. I want to keep working hard. I don't want to get in my car and be like, like, I got to work even harder to get a nicer car that I want. Like, I don't want to do that. So when I do things that I do, or I go to clubs and stuff like that, I have to think about that. I have to think, like, am I going to be able to get a ride today? If I'm not going to be able to get a ride today, I have to make financial and smart decisions so I'm not spending more money. Because if I spend all these money on lifts and stuff, and I'm plus my tip out, plus, you feel me, investing in my hair, my nails, and all this stuff, I'm never going to make money. Like, I'm always make my money back, but I'm not succeeding. Like, I'm just staying in one place. You feel me? A lot of people, they be like, I can spend it, I'm gonna get it right back. Yeah, I'm gonna get it right back, but I don't want it right back. I want more than that. Like, I want more than just what I had, because I'm never gonna get nothing done if I'm always just making it back, if that makes sense. So I'm like, it's beneficial for me to stay in the house. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay in the house. Okay, cool. So there were deadlines to the amounts that you had to pay them. So every deadline, I made sure I paid them, and I paid them. It were some girls that Bree helped. She helped them pay for their permit. She gave them money, you know, for certain things. I didn't want to do that personally. Because in the end, it kind of ended up backfiring necessarily because, not to say that Bree was throwing it back in their face, but it's just like, I don't be wanting people to tell me because somebody is gonna always say like, I helped you do so and so, I helped you do this, I helped you do that. That's when y'all, or you know, her fans were saying that people were ungrateful, this and that. She helped them, blah 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 blah. I don't want nobody, you feel me, saying, you know, that about me or holding that over my head, if that makes sense. So originally I paid $451 to be a part of this camp. When I got to the house, I paid her the $51 for the B&B. So the amount of girls that stayed in the house that paid her $51 did not equal the amount that Bree paid for the house. The house was, let's say, 1,400. I don't know the estimates off the top of my head, and I don't want nobody to think that I'm not giving facts or nothing, but I know for a fact that the amount that the girls paid her, she did not get all of her money back. She did not receive all her money back. That's one. We're gonna put that out there. But that's not my fault. You know, I paid what she told me to pay. Now she could have said, you know, pay more. You feel me? But she didn't. With the amount that she told was the amount that I gave. You feel me? I gave my dues. I gave my share to stay in the house, right? So we get in the house. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, but it's actually 4 bedrooms because it was another room. Like, it was another type of room that somebody could stay in. So technically, it was 4 rooms and 2 bathrooms, right? So we get to the house. I pay her my money. Because that's the first thing that she says to me. She say, hey. She asked me, do I got the money? And she asked me to sign papers. This is what she said to me. When I walk in, the environment is not like, you know, hey, and even her environment, it wasn't like, oh my, you know, not saying that it had to be, but it was just like, what's up? Like, hey, like, you know, hey, but where the money and sign the papers, you know? So I'm like, okay. So I gave her the money and I signed the papers and we wait, and I guess we're waiting on the rest of the girls. It's girls that had already stayed there the previous night before. They start filming. It's really like, you know, cool. Like, I'm meeting girls. It's really nothing bad, but you can just feel like the energy is not okay. So I'm big on energy. I'm big on vibes. You know, this is something that is really important to me. Like, people try to talk about me because of it, because I'm always talking about energy, but it's real. Like, it's a real thing and it affects you. If somebody is having a bad day or they're mad about something and you're having a great day and something good just happened to you, if somebody with that negative energy who's having a bad day comes to you, you cannot say that it's not gonna cause a shift in the mood of the room. You cannot say that. You can't say that. So energy is real, period, point blank. So automatically from Bree, I'm getting, you know, more of a money YouTube vibes. Not saying it's nothing bad. I'm just speaking facts. CeCe get there. She's more of, you know, the more approachable, friendlier one. Not saying Bree's mean or not friendly, because I'm finna get into how Bree helped me, and you know, I'm just speaking facts. I'm speaking my perspective on what happened. And by the way, this would be my last time talking about this. I'm not talking about this no more after this. Like, it's been 2 weeks, or I don't even know how long it's been, but it's over. I'm just want y'all to understand a few things, because I don't want y'all to think like I'm finna tell y'all what really happened. What really happened, what I really seen, what I really went through. Because I'm tired of all the, you know, the if, ands, or buts and the lies. Like, that's getting on my nerves. But yeah. So after that, we get to the club, we do day shift. There, day 1 is cool, but it's day shift. Like, okay, so you guys, some of you guys may not know, but I was dancing before the stripper boot camp. I never worked day shift. I was always working night shift. Never worked a day shift in my life. So that was my first time working day shift. I really took a lot. I took a lot out. I took a lot of time. I really invested in myself with money that I already didn't have. Because like I said, I'm trying to get a car. So I took out money for the car that I was trying to, for money for my car to invest in myself. So automatically I'm thinking, like my mom says, just like I have a goal, like I want to reach a goal, you know, so bad. We get on stage, automatically I'm like, okay, I'm not a stage person. When I was dancing before, I was not a stage girl, like at all. Like every time I got on stage, I was nervous. I did not know what to do. I would just dance and I would never make no money. Like nobody would ever throw money on me. I would never make no money at the club that I started at. So I'm like, okay. So you get there. This is a different, and mind you, the clubs I was working in, it's no permit. So it's an underground. It's a totally different environment. And I really want everybody to understand that. There's a difference between a no permit club and a permit with a club. A permit with a club, it's going to be a new club. Like you're going to have to get naked. Not stuff that's saying. And it's gonna be stage present based. It's gonna be stripper. It's a strip club. Like it's different than the underground club. Like it's different where you could just twerk. It's barely pose or it's not no pose. Or you can make your money on the floor. Because you can make your money on the floor at a permit with a club too. But from what I've realized at the club that was assigned to the stripper boot camp, that is a stage presence performance club. Like if you want to make some money, bro, you have to get on stage, like period, point blank. Like you can make money off stage. Like it was a girl, I think she made a rack, like she made $1,000 and didn't get on stage. That's good for her. But from my vibe and how I am and my personality and me, not saying that I can't make $1,000 just like she did on the floor, but it's like, it was so, the money that y'all seen in the videos, like on day 3, day 4, or that vlog, that money, that was from stage, y'all. That was because I kept getting on stage. Like, it's so much easier to make money on stage. Money on you here when nobody say, that's the stage presence club. So for me not being a stage person, it was like me doing something that I'm not comfortable with, that I don't have to do, but I had to do it. Like some people already knowing that I'm strippers. People is watching me, like all these girls is watching me, like, and I'm here to learn, I'm here to grow. Like I invested in myself. This is what I came to do, right? So I'm finna get on stage. So I got on stage and I was on stage and I got people to help me. I was asking, could you help me? And they helped me. Like Misha, she helped me, bro. Like she really did help me. And she did not have to do that, but she did. And I really appreciate her and thank her for that. And I made sure to let her know that. And I made sure for the rest of the time, whatever she needed, if she needed anything from me, like anything I could do to help her, I was gonna do. You put me on, I was gonna do. You help me, I help you. Like that, that's how that goes. So that was day 1. So girls wasn't really working. Like, and I'm gonna say for me too, like if I'm not seeing no money, or I don't know what to do, or like I don't want to get on stage or anything, I'm gonna sit down. I'm going to sit down. Like I'm not finna be what, like that's another thing. Like I refuse. In my head, I'm like, if I'm not finna get no money, why would I get on stage? You feel me? But then on the other side, it's like, if I get on stage, because I know I don't make money on stage, or like it's harder for me to make money on stage, like because I know they're not just gonna throw money at me. Now in my head, I'm like, because this is different. I'm not in my home club, so this is a different environment. So when I do get on stage, I cannot get off stage until I make some money. Like until somebody throw money on me, I cannot get off stage. Like period. Like that's embarrassing. Like don't get off stage. So that was my mindset. On this stage, I'm not getting off this stage till I make some money. That's how I'm thinking. Instead of thinking like I'm not even finna get on stage because I'm finna make no money. That's a waste of my time. That's a waste of me dancing. You feel me? But I was sitting down a couple times. You feel me? But that's my vibe. Like, you feel me? I'm not new. I am new, but I'm not new to this. Like, I have been doing this before. Not to say that I know everything or nothing like that, but it's just like I know what works for me. So I would sit down sometimes. You feel me? I would talk. You know, not saying that I don't want to make no money, but Bree would come up to me and she would be like, you feel me? Like, so we were sitting down, I didn't make no money. Bree came in, she got dressed right away and made so much money. Like, she came up to them. She came up to me and she was like, you see that money that I just made? Y'all could have been making that. Like, that could have been your money. But that's Bree. Like, that's Bree presence. Like Bree was able to just come up to them, like, what's up? You feel me? And make that, You feel me? Not saying that I can't do that, but I'm not thinking, you feel me, like, if I go up to them and I'm like, what's up? They gonna throw money on me. Like, I didn't think like that. I'm thinking if I do that, I'm gonna get embarrassed. You feel me? But that was something I learned. Go up to them. Like, I don't care what's up. Like, you gotta be, like, sometimes it's okay to be aggressive. I feel like girls wasn't working. Girls was just sitting around not doing nothing. And they didn't really like that. Like, Bree and CeCe, they didn't really like that people were sitting down. But it's just like, it's day shift. It's 5 customers in here. It's like 16. We're dancing for no reason. But in their head, it's like, you're building up the stamina for a night shift. But I've already worked night shift. You feel me? So why am I working? Like, I just felt like I'm working unnecessarily hard and I'm not making no bag. Like, that's just how I felt. Like, I don't want to, like, just keep dancing and dancing and dancing and no money is getting thrown on me. Came up with Elimination. I guess it was a prank. I paid $451 to do this, and now you're talking about elimination. Like, I paid to be here. Like, I have a whole permit to work at this club, and y'all thinking from a perspective like, oh, whoever said what, they don't have nothing to do with me. But you can't be mad at girls for being mad when we're doing all this to invest in ourselves, and then it's like we're not even gaining nothing out of it. Like, you feel me? Not saying, because I gained something at the end of the day. But in the midst of it, it kind of felt like I wasn't. Like, not gonna lie, I feel like I wasn't gaining nothing. And for you to tell me that I'm getting eliminated and I can't do so-and-so and so-and-so, like, first of all, I have a permit, a Georgia, like, the city of Atlanta permit to work at this club, and you're gonna tell me that I'm eliminated and I paid to be in this? If you paid $451 to be a part of something and then somebody told you that they was gonna kick you out, how would you feel? You would feel some type of way, right? Not saying that I was gonna get eliminated or if it was really nothing like that, but just for that to even be a thing, like, that body feels some type of way. Because what? Like, what do you even mean? Like, who are you to tell me that I'm getting eliminated out of something that you originally told me you was gonna help me with? Especially when this wasn't in a contract. It wasn't, none of this was discussed before. Because in a group chat before all this, it was making it seem like we was gonna be a team, gonna work together and help each other. Like, genuinely try to help and make a bag. When we got there, it was not that. It was not that. Bree's fans turned it into a competition. It became really negative. And for the people watching, it's fun to y'all. Like, y'all think it's like a bring it or, whatever y'all think this is. Like, Dance Moms, Bad Girls Club, Love and Hip Hop. Y'all think it's a combination of that, but the stripper way. And it's not that. It's not a TV show. It's YouTube. And you feel me? It became created to make her watch time go up. Understandable. Everybody want their bag. But for the people that was actually in it, actually trying to gain something from it, for me, it became a really negative, unwelcoming, disruptive environment. Like, it just became something that I didn't agree to be a part of. Like, something that I personally don't like. Like, I'm not for that. Like, yeah, it was a prank, but it wasn't funny. But I didn't say nothing. I didn't disrespect anybody. I was just like, I don't agree. And I still to this day don't agree, because, you feel me? For y'all funny, for y'all entertainment, for me, basically, like, everything that I just worked for, everything that I just tried to help myself up to this point, I'm getting knocked 1,000 steps back after I've already taken money that I worked so, like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, like, before the camp, I was already dancing. So all that money I was making, bruh, I was trying to, like, really get myself into a better place. I had to take that money that I made and invest it into the camp. So not only do I need my money back, I need it times 10. You feel me? So for it to be an elimination, it's just like, especially if I was to get eliminated, it's just like, what? But really, it wasn't gonna be no elimination in real life because I still had a permit to work there. But it's the principle. I understand then y'all understand. But if y'all don't, that's fine too. But I just didn't agree with that. And it made a lot of girls upset, and it caused drama. Like, it became a drama filled YouTube clout chasing. Like, it became something that I just genuinely did not sign up for, bro. Like, yeah, prank or no prank, but imagine being in my shoes, bro. Like, that's just all I gotta say. Like, just imagine being in my shoes. In the police situation. Another thing I want to talk about is a lot of times that Bree filmed, it was like for YouTube. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Like, it was like for YouTube. Like that time that she was in the room talking to Santana, like, she brought all of us in there to talk to us about something that happened between Santana. Like, that was Santana and the bartender's issue. And all of the girls got brought in to talk about Santana and the bartender's issue, to try to make it seem like, not even to try to make it seem like, or try to make it seem like she's preaching to all the girls about how to conduct yourself and how people are going to talk about you. Like, all of us did not need that talk. Like, we're missing out on money, or necessarily, like, we could have been on the floor. Like, whatever it was, we could have been on the floor. But she took that time to film. And the bartender situation, I was there. Like, I watched the whole thing happen. The bartender, because we are, you feel me, Brie told us that because we are under her name, you feel me, it's going to make it even worse to us strippers. Because in there, we was the stripper boot camp girls, which was kind of, it was a good and bad thing, because that's what we was looked at as, you feel me? And I'm my own person. So it was just like, the bartender was like, I don't even know why they in here. Like, why are they in here? Like, they look a hot mess. Basically just talking trash about us, trying to make us feel like, you know, like, trying to make us feel like, why are they even here? You know, and just talking. Me being me, I know how to ignore stuff like that, because when I was dancing before, when I first started dancing, they were doing that to me. I was all by myself. I didn't even have nobody. Like, I didn't even have 16 girls. I had myself. They were saying that about me. I know how to ignore stuff like that. Don't care. And honestly, if nobody would have told me, I wouldn't have even addressed it. Like, I wouldn't have even, seen the bartender and, heard what she said. Because that's how unbothered I was about, because, like, who is she? Like, I didn't even know nobody was talking about us until somebody had said something. Then that's when the situation popped off, because Santana had said, if she say one more thing to her, that's where she's gonna say something. Santana was on top of the bar. It's a walk-in bar. You can be on the top of there and you could dance. So she had said something negative again. I guess her drink was right there, and she was like, watch my drink. But it wasn't the fact that she said watch my drink. It was the fact that she kept trying to antagonize, you feel me? And then when somebody say something to you, now it's, oh, Santana doing too much. Okay, so Santana said something, and the bartender got mad. The bartender was off work, though. She was off work. She was just coming in there talking trash, not throwing no money, not just talking trash, talking to the bartender that was working, right? So the bartender, of course, the bartender that is working finna vouch for the bartender that's not working, because they're cool. They're not finna vouch for the stripper boot camp girl. So the bartender that was working told Santana to calm down, and that she wasn't talking. And Santana told the bartender that was working that she's not talking to her. Like, this is not even your problem, like your issue. Like, your friend is over here saying this negative stuff to me, and I'm finna check her about it, and now you're trying to come in, trying to make it seem like I'm tripping. So after that, now Santana going back and forth with both of them. So Brie caught everybody in the locker room, and she, you feel me, addressing all of us. But all of us did not really need to be addressed. She took that as an opportunity to film for YouTube, to preach and, tell us. But this was something that everything that Brie filmed and told us, she had already told us. She already told us that people was going to be talking about us, which is expected. Like, I'm not finna say that Santana is wrong or right. None of my business. I'm just telling y'all what happened and what I saw for the train reaction for the clip that Bree showed y'all. Me, I would have ignored it. If she would have told me to watch her drink and all that, I would have ignored it and kept dancing like type. But her, she, you feel me? If somebody keep antagonizing you, eventually you're gonna like say something, and that's what happened. But because everybody vouched for the bartender. It's like, that's why it was just better to ignore it, because you're not going to have nobody on your side at the end of the day. And Tisa was trying to vouch. Tisa was trying to vouch for Santana because she knows what the bartender was doing was wrong. But at the end of the day, it's just like, it is what it is. Because Tisa was trying to say, like, because Tisa felt some type of way about it too. She was like, because she keeps talking, and you feel me, but you do have to ignore stuff. I just want to put that out there. Like, the clip is going to show and make it seem like we was just in there being ratchet and going back and forth with people in there. But no, people in there were saying negative stuff and talking about us. And you feel me? Some is going to pop off, and some is going to address it, and some is going to ignore. You feel me? That's just that. We're finna talk about the police situation. This is another clip that was filmed to make it seem like, or addressed to make it seem like, we were acting unaccordingly. Like, I'm so tired of that. Like, it just be clips making it seem like we was just being ungrateful, rude, disrespectful, acting out. That is not the case. I can't speak for everybody, but I know what happened and I know what didn't happen because I was there. Like, certain things I was there for. This Santana situation, I watched. I was right there. I was standing on the floor while she was on top of the bar watching them. Literally, I watched that happen. The police situation, I was there that night. First night, I was there. So this is what happened. The B&B was across the street. We're in the trap. Like, the B&B was across the street from the trap. So it was hella he's just trying to figure out what we got going on. They see hella pretty at that, so they're trying to figure out what's going on. A couple of them try to have conversation with me, you know, talk to me, see what was going on. I was talking to them. We had just got off work, like, we was outside. I was talking to them. I was trying to see what was going on. I wasn't telling them no information. I just saying I know for a fact they came up and talked to me, so I talked to them back. Not saying we were have a conversation of, you know, about link, none of that. They came up and talked to me. I entertained the conversation. That's what happened. So they were asking me questions like, what are y'all doing here? What y'all got going on? Y'all throwing a party? You know, stuff like that. Like, trying to figure out why are these girls here across from their trap, right? So we get in the house and we're talking. You feel me? I'm sleepy, but I'm outside with the girls in the living room. I'm outside in the girls with the living room. We're sleepy. I'm tired. I'm dozing off, but I'm out there with them. And we hear a knock on the front door. Nobody got up, though. Nobody got up. We just was mute. So eventually, nobody got up. They went away. So by this time, I'm dozing off. So now I'm asleep. I go in the room. I wake up. It's no power. It's no power in the rooms. Like, the outlets don't work. It's no power in the rooms. The outlets don't work. It's power in the living room, but there's no power in the rooms. No power in the hallway. So a certain, you know how it is, certain circuits, it cuts off certain parts of the house. So a circuit was, you know, somehow, don't know, but the rooms had no, couldn't use the outlet. Put up to Santana and the other girls screaming because I guess somebody had banged on the back door too. So we're like, okay. Mind you, the back door cannot open. It can't open. Like, it can't even open. It's only one way in and out. If it was an emergency, it was only one way in and one way out because the back door could not open. So they said somebody had banged on the back door. So in the morning, under the requirements of the B&B of the house, it was only a limited amount of girls that could be there. It was too many people there. So when the lady got there to turn the power back on or whatever, she was saying how, I don't know what the conversation was, but I know she was saying how it was too many girls. It was over the limit of how many people could be there. And she made up a lie, period, point blank. In the clip that y'all seen, they were trying to say that the lady said like they know what really happened. No, y'all don't know what really happened because y'all was not there. And it was so crazy how they were trying to say that they knew what really happened, but then it was backtracked and said that I wasn't there. But then they backtracked and was like, I wasn't there, I don't know what really happened. So which one is it? But y'all, I don't know if that's in the clip of the video that was posted, but that's what was said. So the lady told them that, because I guess it was a camera in the living room, but it was covered up like a washcloth over it or something. But it's like, if it's a washcloth over it, how can the camera still see? How can the camera still work? Either way it go, she tried to say that it was the police knocking on the door. It was some police living in the neighborhood. Basically, it was the police. It wasn't the police. What I personally believe, it was the nigga across the street, because I gave them my phone number. I gave them my phone number because I was trying to tell them to like pull up on me. They was trying to come see us at the club. We had work day shift, so we was trying to contemplate whether we wanted to go somewhere else that night because we ain't make no money. I had made $56, so I'm like, should we go somewhere? So we thinking like, should we go somewhere else to work or should we just stay in tonight? That's why I gave him my number. Because if I was going somewhere else, or I was going to tell him to push up on us, like, come spin a bag, like, you want to see me, like that. So he blew my phone, I never answered. Not saying that it was for me, because I think the one that I gave my number to, he didn't even stay in the house. He didn't even stay in the house across the street. But I personally believe that it was the males across the street that were trying to knock on the door. If it was the police, we would have seen red and blue lights outside. Y'all, we did not see no red and blue lights. We did not see none of that. And if it's the police, y'all know the police. The police is not going to stop until they get in. Like, the police is not going to do no weird sneaky and knock on the door one time and then nobody there. 2 hours later, come and knock on the back door. Like, why would the police do that? Like, let's really make it make sense. Like, why would the police do that? And I feel like the lady lied because she didn't want to get in like trouble, because she knew that she had a B&B across the street from a place that was not safe to have a B&B. That's why it was a curfew. It was a curfew, like you couldn't leave or couldn't stand outside the house past 10:30. Like, what type of B&B requirements is like that? Like, you can only have up to 3 cars in the driveway. Like, what type of B&B requirements is that? You set those requirements because you know it's a bad place to have your B&B, so now you're trying to cover it up, trying to make it so you don't have to take the fall. Because why is the power out in one side of the house? Why are all these things happening? So you made something up trying to say that it was the police, or it was like that police that lived in the neighborhood. Police don't live in the neighborhood, because why would the police live in a neighborhood across from the trap? Like, let's be real here. I'm with how they tried to post that clip and make it seem like they know what really happened, they know the real story, but then turn around and say that they don't know the real story because they wasn't there and they don't know what happened. Exactly, you wasn't there, you don't know what happened. If the police is gonna come, they're not gonna stop until they get into the house. Period, point blank. It's gonna be red and blue flashing lights. It's the police. Like, the police gonna make their presence known. Nobody's gonna do no weird stuff like knock on the door one time and then leave, and then 2 hours later come knock on the back door. Why would the police do that? Why would the police do that? That's another thing, like, that really blew me, because these clips is really trying to make it seem like we were being loud. Like, we were just being so loud that the police... No, that's not what happened. We was chilling. Like, we was literally chilling. I was falling asleep. I did go to sleep. Like, nobody was being loud. Nobody turned the house into a party. Like, we did not do that. We did not do that, bro. So for them to make it seem like that is just crazy to me. Because if that's really the case, then the lady that owned the B&B, since she got a camera and she has footage and she know what really happened, she needs to send them that footage. And Bree and CeCe, they need to post the footage, the camera footage of how we was turning up having a party. Because I want to see that footage. Because somebody please show me that footage. Because you want to know why can't nobody show you the footage? Because it didn't happen. It didn't happen. We literally all made food. Like, we took turns making food. We was just talking and chilling, getting to know each other. Like, it's the first night. Like, and yes, we was outside the house. We was outside the house smoking because we couldn't smoke in the house. We were following and, abiding by the instructions of the B&B. Like, we were following the rules. So it's kind of like, you feel me, we can't win for losing. We go outside and, you feel me, follow the instructions of the B&B. We in the wrong. We smoke in the crib. We in the wrong. Like, come on now. And Bree did say, like I keep saying, they did say they don't know what happened. That was just what was told to them. But what was told to them was a lie. So for them to make it seem like they know what happened and show the clip making it seem like we know what happened. We know that y'all was going buck wild and turning up in the house last night because the lady so-and-so told you so-and-so and so-and-so. Well, the lady so-and-so and so-and-so lied. And if she so-and-so telling the truth, she to show so-and-so show the footage. The fuck? Like, that's a no-go. Like, that's one thing that we're not gonna do. Like, bro. So y'all on here calling, you know, honestly, I don't care because I know what happened. I know who I am. I know what my intentions was, what I came to do. I know how I treated every single one of those people in the house. And you feel me? I have people to vouch for me. You feel me? You feel me? Even in the footage, like, the footage cannot say that I was being rude or being, you know, acting no type of way to nobody. So that's just that. People on here saying we're ungrateful and we're weird. And we're not even like that. Or at least I'm not, you know. Another thing and final thing I want to say before I wrap it up. But sleeping outside. I slept outside. Period, point blank. I think it was Friday night. We got back from the club. So all day I had went and got food with Santana and Cheeks. And me and Cheeks and Santana, we was the first people to get back to the house. We had to wait on somebody to send us the code. Bree sent Cheeks the code that day before we went to work. But before that, we was outside for like 2 hours waiting on somebody. She sent Cheeks a code. We got in that night and we got ready. We went and we worked. Bree didn't even stay. Like, I don't even think Bree worked. Like, she came and then she left. We got back to the house. All the girls that was staying in the house, nobody had the code. She said that 2 people had the code. She gave 2 people the code, but they didn't stay in the house. I don't know who the other girl that she sent the code to was, but I know she sent Cheeks the code because I was with Cheeks waiting 2 hours for her to send it when we got in the house. So I text Cheeks that night because nobody was responding. Like, nobody said anything. I text Cheeks that night. She didn't respond back. She wasn't calling me. She wasn't texting me back. I can't be mad at her for that because it's not her responsibility, number one. And I think she was on her way to work. Like, she was at work. Like, I think that night she even left the club because she had to go work somewhere else. You feel me? But it doesn't matter because that's not Bree. That's not Cheeks' responsibility. Cheeks didn't even stay in the house. Like, what? You feel me? So we was texting and calling Bree. Bree did not respond. Bree said that she didn't want to give anybody the code for security reasons. Okay, makes sense. If you don't want to give nobody the code for security reasons, then then one of y'all need to come open the door. Nobody came to open the door. She said that she sent somebody else the code, but I think that the people that she sent the code, I don't know if she sent Cheeks the code. She did stay in the house, call her, was at work. Like I just said, it didn't matter. She didn't answer. So that's the only person at the time that I knew had the code. Like, that was just that. Nobody was answering the phone. We slept outside, bro. Like, I slept in Naughty car. It was me, Danger, and Naughty. We slept in Naughty car. We slept in her car, bro. And then behind us, it was Santana, Finesse, the girl with the purple hair, and I think it was somebody else in the car. But that's what I seen in the car. Bro, when I tell y'all I was so angry, like, I'm a really calm, you feel me? I try to stay calm. I try to be unproblematic as possible because, like I said, my energy is very important to me. And I would do anything at all costs to protect it because I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be upset. I don't want to be around nothing but positivity. Like, I want to be happy. Like, that's genuinely my only goal, like, in life, is to be happy. And I was so angry. Like, I was just fed up. Like, I was fed up this is something that was just like the breaking point for me. Like, it was just a no. Like, it was wrong. Period, point blank. Not saying that it was Brie's fault. It just should have never happened. I'm not putting the blame on Bree because it wasn't only Bree. It was Bree and CeCe. It's their boot camp. So they have to take the fall together regardless. We're not finna just put the blame on Bree. Bree. No, we're not finna do that. We're finna Bree and CeCe because it just should have never happened. Like, period, point blank. Like, I slept in the car in the cold. Mind you, the next day we had a schedule for the boot camp. The schedule was what we were supposed to do, like, every day for the week. That Saturday, we were supposed to work a double. We were supposed to work day shift and night shift. The boot camp was over. After the boot camp didn't even make it through the whole week. Girls dropped like flies. And by Friday, the boot camp was over because we slept outside. So at like 6 o'clock in the morning, Danger had ended up going to her house, and she was kind enough and nice enough to let us stay at her house. But that was a minute. Like, that was a minute drive. Like, that drive was not like, it wasn't far, but it wasn't close either. And y'all trying to make up all these excuses as like, why wouldn't y'all just go get a hotel? Or me, being that I stay in Georgia, why wouldn't I just go home? Or why wouldn't we just go to Danger House? That's not the point. It's the principle. We paid $451 we paid money. Like, we paid money to stay in this house and can't even get in it, regardless if it was the full amount or not. If Bree wanted to up the price so she can get all her money back, that's all she had to do was say that. So all these excuses on what we could have did, like, what is wrong with y'all? That money that we made that Friday, that was our first, I can't speak for nobody else but me, that was my first time actually making some money. Like, at the club that was assigned, because all the other nights we was going to underground clubs or day shift, I wasn't making no money for real. So at the club that was assigned to us for the camp, that was my first day making that money. So you think I'm finna take that money that I literally had just made my money back. Like, I literally had just made my money for the camp back. Like, that's all I did. As far as money wise, all I did was make my money back. I didn't make more. All I did was make my money back. And I'm so thankful for that, because I couldn't have. I made my money back, for sure. I for sure made my money back. But that wasn't the point. I just made my money back from this camp, and I'm finna go take it and invest it into a hotel when it's a whole B&B that I just paid for, that wasn't included in the original, setup of what even we was supposed to pay for. Like, y'all saying all this and that, but why would I do that? Or why would I pay $55 for a lift to get home when I'm supposed to be right back at the house the next morning? Not even the next morning, in like 5 hours to work a double. Why would I do something like that? Why would I do something like that? Why wouldn't you just get a hotel, blah, 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 blah? No. You're right. I'm going to sleep outside in this car in the cold, because I'd rather do that than just take all the money that I finally, after 4 or 5 days of a whole week, after Friday, after starting the camp on Monday and just making my money back Friday, why would I take, like I said, everything that I do, I try my best and my hardest to think smart. You feel me? Why would I do that? I was scheduled to go at the club at like 11. So why would I do that? Bree didn't send the code until like 9 o'clock. It's morning, babe. It's morning time. And she said she sent the code to a girl that was in the car, or one of us. But I guess the girl's phone was dead. It doesn't matter. Like, at the end of the day, bruh, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not gonna take the blame or have the fall on me saying that it's my reason that I slept outside. What? I'm literally sitting outside to a B&B that I put money to pay for, that all of us put money to pay for, and can't even get in it. But I'm supposed to take the money that I finally just made back and go invest in a hotel. At that point, I could have just went home. But if I went home, I wasn't coming back. And I ended up, which is really what I just should have ended up doing, because the next day, it was no more camp. Like, everybody was getting their stuff and we left. Like, after that, I left the camp. Santana and her mom was nice enough to take me home. And it was over. Like after that, the camp was no more. Like it wasn't no more camp. And CeCe was there, watching everybody get their stuff or being like the mediator, cause the police had got called. You know, like I just feel like all around, like that's just something that shouldn't have happened. And a lot of things are gonna be made for YouTube to make it seem like things that it wasn't, and I don't agree with that. Besides that, I wouldn't trade the experience for the world. I'm glad that I did it because money wise, I gained. Like I gained in both aspects. I gained in both aspects because I have stage presence now. Like I'm not scared to get on stage no more. I don't care. Like my stage presence is totally different. Like I get on stage now. You feel me? And Bree helped me. Bree did help me because she would, as like she just kept telling me like you're scared. Like it shows that you're scared to get on stage. She would tell me like I wouldn't let you get on stage with me, and you know, stuff like that. Stuff like that. It helped me because like I felt tried. I felt tried because like what you mean? Like the other girls, they couldn't see that I was scared. And the other girls looked at me. You feel me? They looked at me because I had already been a stripper before, and they seen that I did good. But to Bree, I was so you feel me? It helped me. It helped me go harder. She's an Aries, I'm an Aries, so she could tell that I was scared. I always had something on my mind, but now I'm better. Like I promise you, like my state, like I know pole tricks now. Like without the boot camp, I wouldn't have gained that. Like I wouldn't have gained, but it took what is that's something that I gained. You feel me? I gained clientele. Now I do private parties. Like y'all, like I've been back to that club once, but I haven't really even been to the club like my old club. I've been doing private parties. Like she threw money on me. Like Bree threw money on me. Like the first day, that $56 that I made, y'all, a man had threw money on me, and I shared it with the girl that you seen with. So really that money that y'all see me counting, it was really my money, but I split it with her because she was my stage partner. But some of that money, that $56, that was from Bree. Like Bree asked me to dance on her. Like even when I was at the underground clubs with Judy, Bree asked me to dance on her. Like Bree asked me to dance on her like a lot, like multiple times. She helped me make my bag. Like no cap. No cap. Like, that's just that. She did. She helped me make my bag. She threw money on me. Some of the money, like, that first day, that was because of Bree. Like, that's no cap. Like, she helped me make money, bro. She did. She kept asking me to dance for her. Like, she asked me to dance for her at least 4 to 5 times. And threw money. Like, we're going to give credit when it's due. Because it's definitely due. Like the bootcamp experience helped me. It helped me for my platform. Like it just helped me in so many ways. But I just want people to understand that this is real life. You know, I'm gonna keep saying that because I don't want nobody to ever forget. Like I'm not gonna portray or make it seem like nothing that is not. Like that's just not me. CeCe helped me too. She was just like the light. Like I feel like she was really the light to the bootcamp. Like her energy was just so pure and genuine and welcoming, and I really appreciate that. Like her energy was needed for the type of environment that I was around. Like it was definitely needed. I wouldn't trade the experience for the world. Like it really did help me. What was expected and what happened, it was two totally different things. But that's usually how it go. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys continue to watch me. Thank you so much for getting me to 1K. If you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Because if you're watching this video right now and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? And we'll be back at it again with more videos soon. Thank you guys. I love you so much. Bye.